Hello and welcome to the Dutchin channel. It's Saturday the 13th of April 2024. It's approaching 10 past 10 in the morning and it's Grand National Day. So if you want to have a look at any videos, I've put up a Grand National one. I've also put up Chelmsford pretty early this morning because of the early start at 10 o'clock there. I've also put Aintree on, and Chepstow was the last one I added. We're now doing Newcastle, but unfortunately they've got a very small field there today and we've only got 3 bets at Newcastle. But if you haven't watched the last couple of videos, I've tweaked it a little bit and I'm going to show you the changes on how to do the system easier, because I know a lot of you are finding it difficult to Dutch. This is not Dutchin at all. This is finding value bets. So there will be no betting on short price favourites unless my price was better. If the Betfair price is better than what I make it. But I'll explain that as I go along. We're going to show you one race. So the 12.55 is one of our 3 betting races. So what we'll do first of all, we'll go into Matchbook and we will go into our first race at Newcastle. Now to work the prices out is pretty much the same as it was on the last system, but there's a big change that I'll show you as we do it. But what you need to do, you need to put the Matchbook price in for every horse. This is what I'll try and show you on a race that hasn't got many runners because it's just easier and time consuming. But what you need is this column here, which is column Z. It's called My SP, and that's why if you've watched a lot of these videos you will see that I don't bet in horses where they haven't run before or if they've only got point to point form, because it doesn't help towards the rating figure I need. So these are the prices that I expect these 6 to run at today, but they're not going to be anything like the industry prices. I don't know how they get them, but I'm going to show you how we bet the value bets in that race. So we're going to start off with Young at Heart, and Young at Heart is trading at 3.95. So you don't even need to know now what my top selection is. I could put these in alphabetical order, it doesn't matter. Now you can see here that Young at Heart, I think, should be 10.02. But when I click on a betting site, it says 3.95. Well, straight away, there's no value in that whatsoever. I'm expecting it to be bigger than what I've got it. So then that becomes a no bet. And you can see that you would have had to have staked 25.32. This is what I need to get away from. And it is working and it's profiting very well doing it a different way. So we'll get rid of this one. Into their second selection, and they've got 5 after 4. This is 3.85. Now this is our second selection at the moment. Now we can see we've got 3.85 at Matchbook, but my selection is 3.97. So I can't take this until it goes over 3.97. But because we're only doing information here, then we're not going to have this as a bet because it's under. But if you are looking to have a bet in this race and you think, yeah, I think I could do with doing the value selections, by the time that race comes around, it may be over the top of that, or they may have backed it in and you can't do it at all. But always think to yourself, that one's a possible. Just like yesterday when I couldn't back one on here at Aintree because it was 75 and I had 75.3. But by the race time had come round, it had won at 94.3. That was the last race, which was a huge winner. So again here, unless this changes while I'm pretty much doing this race, but it doesn't look like it will, then we'll put that down as another no bet. Our third selection here is Fainch, and Fainch is 5.3, and I've got this at 6.33. So again, this is lower, but it's one of those ones that you want to sort of highlight, because a lot of this market could change by the time you come round to 1 o'clock this afternoon or 5 to 1. And then the next selection, well, their horse is Bolin Matilda. This is 5.1. And Bolin Matilda, I've got 7.13. So again, this is under. Then Percolator is 9.4. Now I know that Percolator is my top selection, and it's bigger because I think it'll be nearer 5 to 2. So I've got 3.67. This is 9.4. So this becomes a bet. So the stakes again, just like the old system, 10.64 on the stakes there would return you £100. You're never going to have a part bet or anything else. It will always return 100, unless of course there's a dead heat or something. And then we're going to go into our last selection, which is New Mill Mole. And that currently is trading at 55. We've got it at 12.88. So there would be a stake of £1.82 to return £100. So far you've laid out £12.46 in this race. You've only got 2 running for you. They are the 2 outsiders, but never discount anyone. If they're an outsider and they're bigger than the price you've said, do it. Doesn't matter if they're 1,000 to 1, 500 to 1. I've seen 1,000 to 1 winner. So you've got no worries that any horse can win any race. And I know we can say no, they can't. We know that. So that's what you would do there, those 2. But I do believe that these other ones that I've got that are quite close, these next 3 selections down, something could happen in there before that race goes off. But as it stands, where we were laying out £50 per race, you can see that that's only a stake of £12.46. You can afford 8 races like that and only win 1. So the other 2 races at Newcastle, I'm not going to show you how to do it, but you can always come back to this one and have a look. That's the second race. Gardener is the top rated there. And again, all you've got to do is go on the betting site, have a look at those horses and bet the ones that are bigger than my SP. And then that becomes a value bet. And in the third race and third, that's it then. Right, I've got in the 430, 619, but again, you can see very small fields at Newcastle. And the same thing here. If the price you're looking at is bigger on Betfair or Smarkets or Matchbook, then you would back it because the MySP needs to be lower. Right, so that is your Newcastle done. A quick look at Aintree this afternoon there. That's the Grand National at 4 o'clock. And you can see the selections in what order I've got. If you're going to do similar betting, try and look for value, then I would basically be sitting down about 40 minutes before the start. I did say half an hour on other videos, but I think it might need 40 minutes to do the bets there, get them on, and see how many you can end up with out of the 34 runners. So that's that. So good luck with whatever you're betting today, but all the rest is on here at the moment. I've just got 2 more meetings to put on. So good luck with your punting.